What's up, folks? Welcome to Body Rocking Combos. I'm Javier Morales, and I'll talk a little bit about boxing while I enjoy my scotch. Smokehead, if you haven't tried it, it's a single malt. Get it, try it, you'll love it. Anyway, let's talk about Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. They are fighting January 2nd, Saturday, in Dallas, Texas, at the American Airline Center. I believe it starts at 7, and you can catch it on DAZN if you can't make it to that fight. It's going to be a big event. We have two great fighters upcoming. Well, Luke Campbell, he's had his fair test, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. But it's two great fighters fighting for the lightweight interim WBC champion title. And winner of this fight gets a crack at the champion, the WBC regular champion, which is Devin Haney. And well, let's see who these guys are and what they have and what they bring to the table, right? We'll start with Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell is 33 years old. He's a southpaw from the UK. He has 20 wins, 16 wins coming by KO. Not bad. And you have 3 losses. One of those losses, his last fight, is actually a loss to Lomachenko. And ain't no shame. There's no shame in losing to Lomachenko, especially a unanimous decision. The man is a great talent. The Matrix, a.k.a. Lomachenko. No shame, you know. He took the test. He didn't pass, but at least he took the test, right? A lot of fighters won't do that today. Let's see. Now, before that, right, he had 3 wins. And then before those wins, he lost to another good fighter with great experience, is Jorge Linares, right? And Jorge Linares beat him in a unanimous decision. And the next loss he faced was a guy, Mindy, I say he was like 30-something years old when they fought, a split decision. And it seemed to me as if it was a gimme fight, like a pick'em fight. So it was kind of for Luke Campbell to showcase himself and get a win or whatever. But anyway, he must have went drinking the night before, because he failed that test miserably. I mean, it was a close split decision, but sometimes if you take your opponent lightly, it will backfire, and I believe that's what happened to him this time, that go around. Anyway, Luke Campbell's no pushover, man. He's an Olympic gold medalist. He has, like I said, 23 fights under his belt, and you know, he has size. I mean, size is 5'9", a good reach, 71-inch reach. I mean, you know, he's a skillful guy, and we'll see how he does on Saturday, January 2nd, 2021, when he faces that boy, the Instagram sensation, Golden Boy's new prospect, rising star, Ryan Garcia, who is 22 years old. He's an orthodox fighter with crazy hand speed. King Rai, or the Flash, he would call himself the Flash. The Flash kind of fits a little better. This kid, 22 fights, 17 by knockout, and last 2 fights versus Duno and Francisco Fonseca. Good opponents, you know, experienced. I believe never been knocked out before, and well, he gave him that knockout. First round knockouts. Good for him. This kid, like I said, he is an Instagram sensation. But I mean, he has his amateur career, a good amateur career. He's been doing it for a long time. His family's all into it. His father was actually his trainer, and throughout his amateur career, and he also had a guy, Danny Luna, was his corner man through the amateurs and till October 18th, when he announced, when his father, Henry Garcia, and Ryan Garcia announced that they're changing trainers because it's a different level, I believe Danny Garcia should have did the same thing and got rid of his father, Angel Garcia, because if you see how Angel Garcia didn't have any answers for him his last fight versus Spence, I mean, that, and then again, he's failed every test he has taken too. I mean, look at the Peterson fight. They gave him that one. I believe he lost it. And he fought Lamont Peterson. Let me see. Barely pulled off the Amir Khan, but then again, Amir Khan, he's no punk either, but he leaves himself open with that high chin. And Thurman and so on and so forth. Man, he's lost Porter. Anyway, so when he started moving up in levels, he's like failed because, and I believe Henry Garcia seen that or recognized that he would do more harm than good keeping himself as his son's trainer, because you got to know your strengths, your weaknesses, and realize that there's other people that are above you that could help your situation, or your situation, right? Or the people you want to help. So he did the smart thing, and that's great. I mean, some people will let their ego get in the way, and what would that do? Just damage his son's career? No way. My hat's off. He got hats off to the guy. They ended up going with Eddie Reynoso, which is Canelo's trainer, or Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he got the Trainer of the Year 2019 Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year. His dad, Chepo Reynoso, and him worked with Canelo since Canelo was a kid, right? Started fighting, I think like 9 years old, 5 to 9, I think is when he started training, and then was introduced to them, and before the age of 15. But anyway, he's been pro since the age of 15, and I mean, they've done a great job, and of course, along with growth and all that. And anyway, that's a good move. Hopefully it'll pay off in the long run towards Garcia's career. And I was talking about Amir Khan's chin earlier, and that's one thing that I hope Reynosos are able to fix about Ryan Garcia, or stop that habit of him fighting like he's tall. He is tall for his division, but it's lightweight, right? 135 pounds. It's a lot of little guys. So his 5'10" stature isn't it's not skyscraping or nothing, but it's tall for that division. And he does have a tendency to keep his chin up and exposed, and hopefully we get a few rounds out of this fight, and we get to see some changes, if any, made with Ryan Garcia, because the last two fights we didn't see anything but one round KOs. So let's see. Now we talk about these guys. Key to victory. for both the guys. I know Ryan has to show us a lot of stuff, right? Us as fans, we want to see his growth. We want to see the improvements he's made. Like I said, hopefully we get those 12 rounds. Get to see a 12-round fight. I know me personally, I like a 12-round fight versus a early KO or mid KO. Just because you get to see a lot more, and display of the sweet science. And don't get me wrong, everybody loves a sweet knockout. But anyway, so if it goes the distance, which it probably would, because Luke Bryan's no pushover. He's good opposition. He's never been knocked out, and I think a lot of people talk like they say stuff like, well, if he wants to bring the dog out in me, right, this and that. If he wants to box, we can box. So you're outmatching their game plan, right? So I guess they'd be the ring general, right? Because you're just trying to outmatch them. You're doing what you're falling into their game plan. I think we'd go with the opposite sometimes, right? You've seen things like, let's say Tyson Fury, right? He went in the first fight boxing, being defensive, and then the third time he's like, I'm gonna do what this guy's gonna do. What he's not expecting is pressure, to come pressure. So if Luke Campbell decides to box, maybe Ryan should get a little gritty in there, see if his inside work pays off. Same thing with Luke. If Ryan decides to box, get gritty in there. But if you're gonna match them. Just there's different strategies to use. I mean, you gotta we have Ryan's left hook, right? Ryan's gonna have to use that left hook, but how's he gonna use it? He's gonna have to create opportunities. Simple as that. He's gonna have to create opportunities. He's gonna have to set his dominance early. He's gonna have to show him his power. Let him feel that power, that left hook. Make the man fear it. Be aware of it, so he's cautious of it. So when he sees, I think if Ryan's able to place his foot down early and let him know, that power is there, and he sees that Luke is aware of that, he's cautious of it, and this feints are gonna come, and those feints will be your key to victory right there. I'm pretty sure you're taking notes from Canelo, man. You've seen that where he feints, he works the body. They fear that body punch coming, and they're so scared that he just drops low. They think he's gonna hit them low. They cover the body, expose their head, mid project, and that's they say, oh, he projects his punches. I mean, yeah, it's projecting punches, but it's projecting for a reason, to trick you later, right? To trick you right then and there, like, oh, he's going this way, he's going that way, and that's where the feint comes in, because I'm letting you see, I'm giving you the heads up, and you think you're winning, like, oh, okay, I know what he's gonna do now. Not only do you think you got the heads up, but you also have that caution in your head, like you want to cover up. You go, you drop, you're trying to cover, and you expose, bam, right? Kirkland Khan and Big Boy 170. Not Korobov, Kovalev. Anyway, yeah, he does that. He'll be able to get the knockout. And if it's going to go 12 rounds, if he sees and he wants to take off a round or two and sees it, he probably wants to pick up his numbers. Ryan Garcia might want to do a little shoe shining in there. And like I said, he is going to have the crowd in his favors. So the judges are very persuaded by the crowd. Granted, it's only going to be, I think, 25% capacity, but I'm pretty sure they'll be not loud enough and see what he does. So if he goes in there and just does a lot of fast tapping, speed punches, working the head, body, bang, just doing crazy combos, he'll get that crowd riled up, and like I said, it works in the favor for the judges. You steal a round or two like that if you wanted to. Let me see. I guess it says for Luke, he's gotta avoid that left hook if he can. That deadly left hook from your boy Ryan Garcia. I read that his trainer is gonna try to outbox Ryan Garcia because they just think that that'd be the way that'd be best to eliminate his left hook as a factor. So they're working on that, a lot of defense on that left hook and trying to get past that. And for some reason, he mentioned that Ryan Garcia, he believes he has attention deficit disorder, ADD, and that might work in their favor somehow. I guess distract him. I don't get like his mind's not in the game. I don't understand where he's going with that, but hey, I love to see it. And next thing is going to be, like I mentioned earlier, Ryan Garcia is Orthodox and Luke Campbell is a Southpaw. And whenever you get these matches, Southpaw versus Orthodox, you get the little dilemma where one guy trips on the other guy's foot, and you'll just see that back and forth several times. I mean, so we got to be aware of that and not say, he fell, he knocked him down. They'll try to make it look like a knockdown and do it all the time, like he knocked him down. But crossing foots and he'll catch and whatever if you're being clumsy. One will trip, and you gotta hope the judges make the right call or the ref makes the right call, whether he calls it a slip, trip, and not a drop, like a knockdown. And Luke Campbell's gonna have to convince these judges because, like I said, it's here in the U.S. This guy has a crazy following, and man, I'm sure all them Instagram girls that follow him in the crowd, they're gonna make some noise, Hey, this guy gets those arenas like a Justin Bieber concert, he packs them. And well, he's gonna have to do a lot of like punches and bunches. Luke Campbell's gonna have to, as many times as he can, make it seem like he's throwing everything he can, whether they punch clear and the judge can tear their clear landed punches. Just hope they think that it is. And he's got to be able to work on his inside defense because both of them actually have the same reach. So it's going to be right then and there. If they're both going to hit, they're going to have to be in the clinches. But we'll see. Well, since both of them are going to face that same problem, right? Fighting your opposite, right? Orthodox and versus a Southpaw. You get the little trip or whatever. Now, it's going to be a battle of the feet. So he's going to have to plant. Either whoever plants their feet on the outside is pretty much who's going to dominate in that little moment when they're within range, right? Like I said, Luke Campbell's planning on boxing, or Luke Campbell's team is saying they're planning on outboxing Ryan Garcia, so he's gonna have to dominate his foot on the just step to his left, which would be outside of Ryan, and then come through in the inside that open, and they'll clear him up in order to land, right? He'll be able to slip what he throws and create that opening and drop. Now, if he does that well, he could catch. Watch, who's that? Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao's one of the great southpaws of our time. Stays on his toes, in and out, bing, 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 and you'll see his foot, boom, drop right there, right outside. And I mean, it's just like I said, it's a battle of feet. Whoever steps outside, whoever's able to step outside, whenever executing their punches, that's who's gonna dominate that's who's gonna land the clears, and be able to dominate. And that's, like I said, that's what we see Pacquiao done throughout his whole career. But Ryan could take note from one of the greatest orthodox fighters of our time, greatest fighters of the time, legendary heavyweight Muhammad Ali, right? He's gonna have to be a little dangerous at this moment. He's going to be a little somewhat daring, high risk. It's going to be high risk, right? High risk, high reward. He's going to have to. What Muhammad Ali would do was he would, instead of stepping on the outside of the foot of a southpaw, he would step on the inside and kind of set those guys up to where he sees where there's like, oh, this is me, this is my opportunity, right? So him stepping in the inside creates an illusion, a feint, if you will, of the other guy has the upper hand. He's going to throw. As soon as he throws, Muhammad Ali would step aside, slip slide, or step and slide to his right. And once he does that, it just created a perfect opportunity for that power right jab, just a straight jab, bah, right down the middle, And if Ryan can pull that off, that'll look nice, He'd catch him, and I mean, we see. You can watch. I can't even think about it right now, but you can see if you watch Muhammad Ali fight his southpaws, how he pulls it off, and he gets the knock. I mean, he drops him a few times just doing that. What was that guy's name? He's a white guy. Anyway, he dropped him like I think 5 times with that jab, with that stepping inside that guy's stance. Guy takes his opportunity. Slips, slide, and slips and slides, and then boom, catches him with that piston right. Anyway, so it's see who takes it, see who shows up that day, and it should be a great test for both guys. I hope may the better man win. I want a fair. I don't want to hear any robbery, right? I don't want to see, and if it's a close fight, like I said, let's. A lot of times people don't know what they see whenever they're judging a fight, or don't know how to judge a fight, right? There's the criteria to it, and I am going to make a video about it. I'm not going to kill so much time on it right now. I'm already in it. But anyway, I just want to say about this fight. I hope the best man wins, gets the victory. If it goes to decision, I hope the decision's fair and unbiased. We've seen Luke Campbell fail his two tests, his 2 step-up fights. So to see if the third time is a charm, or will Ryan Garcia disprove all the naysayers and show the world that he's more than a pretty boy Instagram model or celebrity, whatever. Because that's kind of he gets a little bad rap for that. No, a lot of boxing fans hate on him. But man, I mean, the guy has talent. You got to see it. It is what it is. Don't hate on the man because he's got little young females throwing it at him every day, all day. So it is what it is. Haters are gonna hate. If you don't have people hating on you, you ain't doing anything right, I guess, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, this is a path to greatness for both of them, right? Like I said, may the best man win. May the victor strive to create his legacy that all boxers dream about, becoming a Hall of Fame all-time great. But by their dreams, right? Not by their dreams, but I'm saying to make their dream a reality, one of these guys has to face the dream. The winner must face the dream. Devin Haney, better said, Devin the Dream Haney, the champion, the lightweight, the WBC lightweight champion. He was elevated to champion after Lomachenko was elevated to franchise champion. Don't want to get into that whole little franchise situation so much because I'm ready to cut out. Yeah, so Devin Haney is about to say, he's 22 years old. He has 25 wins, 0 losses, 15 knockouts. Him and Brian have faced each other 3 times in the amateurs. I mean, they grew up together, they trained together, they've known each other for a long time. And it's Devin Haney won 2 out of those 3 times. Will we get to see them boys in the pros do their thing? I hope so. That's what they're trying to make it. They're trying to make this like a little tournament type deal, right? I mean, you face this guy, face that guy, then you win. I mean, we need sanctioning belts to do that. Go through these fights and then go through these people, and then you can face so and so. Then you can get the champion. But with promotion companies and different little factors like that, it becomes difficult, because there'll be a vacant belt, and they'll grab this guy, and then they'll grab this nobody, and they'll put, a guy versus a no one. A guy they're trying to see come up that they know is going to be popular. And hey, I try to keep it fair and simple here, and I'll tell you what, I'm the first one to criticize. And I guess you can't really criticize Canelo for it, but you can criticize his promoter to a certain extent for letting Canelo fight Ricky Hatton's brother. What's his name? Matthew Hatton. For the WBC junior middleweight, super welterweight, 154 pounder belt. So they had the vacant. They got this guy who fills up arenas. Just got with Golden Boy. Golden Boy is trying to promote him. Hey, we got this guy, we got this kid. They get this guy, Hatton with the name, or family has a name, from 147, brings him into 154. I mean, doesn't stand a chance, I mean, you say everybody stands a chance, but I'm saying outclassed, outgunned, outpowered, whatever you want to call it, by Canelo Alvarez, 19, 20-year-old Canelo Alvarez. Anyway. Hey, I just hope we see more things like this in the future to come. Fighters fighting each other, fighters fighting who they have to get that opportunity, and hopefully fair judgment. Anyway, guys, that's my show. I hope you like it. Subscribe, comment, share it. Please get the word out there. I know right now my videos are very raw. It's all kind of somewhat off top of the dome. Got a little something to follow, but still, it should get better. I get my editing system here coming in soon. Have a good one, and have a happy new year. I'm probably going to do a few more videos after this one. Try at least. Take it easy, Greasy.